Hi everyone and welcome back to card 2. It's all about the men in our lives and we're doing a bit of a fishing one. So we're doing a bit of a mix and match and changing things around a little bit. So that'll be nice. So I'm going to give everyone a couple of minutes to come back on, hopefully get their notifications and to grab what they've needed. I hope you've all got what you need. The ink that we are using, Misty Moonlight, we can add in a little bit of Night of Navy and we can add in a little bit of Daffodil. Hi Kaz, how are you? Daffodil Delight. So we can add that in as well. Now you will need to, and I'm going to give you a few minutes to go and do this. If you've got the stylish shape, you will need to cut out a circle. Okay, or any circle that you've got, you'll need to cut out a circle. So go and do that, and when you come back, click love heart or done so that I know that you're back. Okay, so do that because you need to do that. Hi Tanya, go and cut your little circle out, darling. I've used the stylish shape, but you can use whatever you have in your stash at home. Let me just measure the one that I have used for you. Okay, the circle that I have cut out is probably about 6.5 centimeters across. Okay, so we will need a circle cut out. So we're going to use the negative and the positive on this card, so it'd be a good little one for you to learn. And you're going to need, I'm not sure if I put it in, but you're going to need some scrap paper, whether it's white, whatever colour you got. You're just watching, that's fine if you're just watching. That's not a problem. I just wanted to make sure that everyone got what they needed. So we've got in our kit, we've got our Misty Moonlight cardstock, which you will need to score at 10.5. Okay, so I'm going to bring you down and we'll get going. I know some people can't make every class, so that's okay. You can watch the replay. That's not a problem. Okay, I know that. Sundays, I didn't know which was the best day, but Sundays was a good day for me. So we're going to line it up at 10.5 and we're going to score it. Did you see that? I just cut it. We're going to score it. Look at that. Lucky you didn't do that, and it was me, because I've got the paper here. Got to be careful when you're using your scorers not to use the wrong one. Oh my God. So I got another Misty Moonlight here. Probably not. Yes, I have. Okay. Oh, not much, because I knew I was getting pretty low when I cut up all the kits. I think I've got 2 sheets left out of my pack, out of this pack. Let me cut that again. And let's start again. Are you all laughing? That's okay. Okay, so when you're lining it up to score, make sure you flick your blade out of the way, okay? Make sure you do that, because otherwise you'll end up doing what I just did and start cutting it. Score at 10.5. Okay, and then fold it over. Sometimes make little errors so that you can see that that's not what you want to do. Just being out there so that you can sort of see what I'm talking about. Okay, so we have our beautiful Misty Moonlight. Then we have some cardstock, which is a bit bigger, to do stamping on, which we'll do in a minute. Then you have 2 cards exactly the same size. Okay, one's for the front, which we're going to work on, and one's for the inside. So let's grab our front piece. Now on here, we're going to be doing sponging, highlighting, all sorts of things. So let me go through some tools with you. You can use your brushes if you've got your brushes. You can use a sponge if you've got sponge, or a kitchen sponge, or if you haven't got anything, you can use a sponge. Oh, I've got hiccups. Or you can use a sponge dauber. Which whoever did kits with me last month, I think you got some sponge daubers in there, or a sponge dauber in there. So yeah, so you're going to need a scrap piece of paper or any colour paper at all. And you want to do some ripping techniques to get different shapes. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. So you can do whatever colour paper you want. You might have a scrap somewhere laying around that you can just, yeah, this is a bit bigger, but you want to pull it towards you, and you want to sort of come down, make some mountains. So you can sort of see you've got this sort of layout. So let's start with this one. Let's bring this in probably about here, I reckon. So we're going to come in with that misty moonlight colour first. Oh. Now if you want to do, let me do this one first. Grab your ink on it and then start on this piece that you've ripped. Okay, start on that first so you can get your smooth, and then work your way out to the edge. Okay, so work your way out to the edge. What you're going to get is this effect. Okay, you're going to get an effect. Now, if you come in with the other side, you can sort of make it like a little lake, mountain. You can even come in up there, but I'm going to just come in here. These are all going to look different. Every time you do them, they're going to look different because they never ever look the same. Always leave a little bit of white too, because we want that softer look. So you can sort of see now you're sort of getting this happening. Now you can do the rest plain if you want to. I'm just going to grab my other blue, and I'm going to come in with the Night of Navy as well, because it's going to be like misty, cold, cloudy sort of day. Okay, so we're going to start off, and I'm just going to put that over there for a minute, and I'm just going to start off, and I'm just going to just give it a little bit of a play on here just to see how dark that is, because I don't want it really dark. So I'm just going to come in now. Night of Navy is looking a little bit purple, but it's not. It is Night of Navy. And you want that little bit of white effects happening through there as well. Okay, so just circular motions going up. Okay, so you sort of get this type effect up here, and you sort of get this white, more white effect coming through here. Hi, Kerry, good to see you on. Okay, so this is the bottom part of our card. This is the top part of our card. So we're going to do a little bit of stamping before we do too much more. But before we do, remember I said you want to go and cut out your circle. So we're going to place that circle off just around here. We're just going to grab whichever brush you're happy with, and we're just going to go around the outside of this circle. Okay, it's going to give you this now. Okay. We're building up on it. It's layer on layer on layer on layer on layer. You're going to have lots and lots of layers. Now we're going to come in, before I do some stamping, I'm going to come in with the dark Night of Navy. Just on the outer edges of this one as well. So you can see I just pulled it down a fraction. And I'm just going to swirl it up to the top up there and swirl it up to the top up there. Now you are going to keep adding more. See how I've sort of given it a bit of a dark effect now? Oh, thanks, Grace. I'm glad you're enjoying. It's a class in itself, learning how to do sponging and techniquing and ripping, and at the moment I'm just using the one rip paper. I use lots of different rip papers. I keep my rip papers that I love, and sometimes I like write card 1 on it, card 2, yeah, card 2, card 1, whatever, whatever I want to put on it. But they never come out the same because it just depends what you're using. Okay, so this is where we're going to come in with the mix and match. So let's grab our stamp block and we're going to come in with these trees first. So we're going to come in with the trees. Now you can use black, blue, whatever colour you want to on the trees. I'm going to use the Night of Navy on the trees because I'm trying to stick to just a couple of colours today, so that you can see that if you've only got a couple of colours that you can use that. Now I'm going to bring this up so it's sort of going to come in here, across here, into that moon section. So we're going to stamp it down. A little bit to the left side too. Okay, so now you can sort of see we've got this. So it looks like the mountains are behind there, and we've got our water coming in. Okay, then we're going to grab out of our Peaceful Pier the boys fishing. Now this is a bit tricky, this one, because you can use your markers, but I'm going to do it as an ink image. Okay, I'm going to do it as an ink image. And I'm going to do it in black. I'm also going to do it on that spare piece of paper that we had. Where's that paper gone? This one here where we're doing our stamping on. So we've got to stamp out our boat. So we're going to stamp out a boat on here, and I'm using, this time I've gone with Early Espresso just to change the colour of the boat to the scene. So ink him up. Okay, beautiful. So we're going to put him on because we're going to cut him out as well. I've given you enough paper in case you've had to do it a couple of times, because it does take a little bit of practice a couple of times. If you're not sure on how to do this, you might do one boat and a guy in it and you go, not happy with that, I want to do it again. So I have given you enough paper to do that. So here comes our little man. Make sure you ink him up. Oh, I did him in brown and he's meant to be in black. I'm going to do him in black. I'm going to clean my stamp. Okay, if I can find my cleaner, I will clean it. Here it is up here. What's it doing all the way up there? Okay, I've got to just the water white. This is not a perfume one. You going? You going home? You want to say goodbye to everyone? Yeah. Come up here. Addie's going home. She's been out watching TV. Okay, up here. Jump up. Oh, our big school girl. Say hello to everyone. Kneel up so they can see your love. Kneel. Put your... Hang on. Oh, let me get the camera. There you go. Say hello.
Hello.
Look, there's your mummy watching. Your mummy's watching. Hi, mummy.
Hi, Mummy.
There's Kaz. Hi, Kaz.
Hi.
And Tanya.
Hi.
Say bye, everyone. Speak properly. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Okay, you go back out now. Good girl. Poppy's going to take you home. Good girl. Thank you. Thank you for visiting. You're very welcome. Okay, we're going to come back to our black. She's been a very good girl today. She's been sitting out there watching telly while I've been doing this. I am looking for my black. It's under here somewhere. Does everyone else get a real mess? You going to shut the door, please? Shut the door because it's cold coming in, Mum. Shut the door. Thank you. Okay. Does everyone else get a big mess on their desk? Because I definitely do. I try hard not to, but it doesn't work that way. Okay, so I'm just using Memento Black. Now, a little tip that the most gorgeous Jenny shared with us was our Whisper White ink pad. She used the Memento because they're empty in this. I have done it with ink spots, but never thought about doing it with, the white one, which gives you a big ink. And I want that in white, black, because I want it a bit softer. Okay. So let's get colouring. So I'm going to go with, I think I'm going to go with, what colour did I grab? Dark smoky slate and light smoky slate. Okay, so I'm going to go with a light all over first. And I'm just going to do the whole lot in light. And you can do cloud cover too. That's really beautiful on here because it's a bluey grey colour as well. Okay, this is really quick colouring. Okay, so you can sort of see that was really, really quick. But then I'm going to come in and highlight it with the dark. So I'm going to use this end and I'm going to come in onto the floor area here and come down here. Into this section here where the lines are across our seat. You know, you can bring your screen up a lot closer by going like that when you're watching the replay so that you can actually see it close up. That's a really good idea too. Okay, so I'm just going around this edge with the dark one. Okay, and then I'm just going to colour that bit in dark here. Then I'm just going to grab Just do those little bits too. I'm going to grab that light one again and just come back down over the floor area again and blend that in a little bit. So it just shows you if you've only got the one lot of colours that you can just come in and do that and just highlight up around the seat. You can get a bit of a shadow effect happening there. So I'm going to hold that up so you can have a look. So you can sort of see you can get that shadow effect happening. You don't need to colour the whole lot. Yeah, so it's just a nice way to highlight that. Now, he's sitting on a chair. So how do we get him to sit in the boat that looks like he's sitting in the boat? So we're trying to make it look like he's standing, and this is part of his backpack. So, yeah, we'll see how we go. So I'm going to come in with, this one is Light Mossy Meadow, and I'm going to use this one on his shirt. You can use whatever colours you have at home, remember. And I'm going to come across all of it. If you want to highlight that little bit down the bottom, if you want to cover that bit in there, you can. That's the bar. You can cover that in. And then you can come in with a brown or something, a crumb cake, just in along here to make it look like a bit of a backpack. But we're going to be doing some cutting on this. Okay, we're going to be cutting it out a little bit. So we can do a little fish. I'm going to give him a little brown fish today. And I'm going to do the hat. The skin I used the petal pink, but I forgot to grab it, but I'm going to go and grab it in a minute. It's just behind me. And the light one around the rim. Okay, let me just grab the petal pink. Oh. This is the really lightest one that I like using for skin. So, and it's, as you can see, it's pretty well worn because I use it a lot. But I'm just going to come in with his arms, bring his arms in and his leg down here, and a little bit just up there on his leg. And now his pants, I'm going to come in with a dark grey, I think, the dark smoky slate. And I'm going to come in around here, around his pant area, sort of cover up the chair a little bit, the arm of the chair, if we can. And we're going to colour in the boots. Sometimes we just got to do it how we feel. And come out and do the boots, so round the boots off. Okay, so we're going to cut this one out by hand and this one by die. So let's fussy cut the little person first. Okay, so when you're cutting around this, you're going to cut around close to the black as you possibly can. I don't like a border on this because we're going to be making it into something it's not. So we want to go as close as we can. I forgot his fishing line. That's all right, we can do that in a minute. Come down here with his little fish. Now I'm hoping to have him maybe standing off the edge of the boat. Who knows? Okay, get that out of there. So we're going to come around into the knee area here. Don't forget to tell me where you're from. And tell me if you're from overseas. We're doing an overseas post out next week, so who knows, you might get some happy mail. Don't you love happy mail? I think everyone loves happy mail. Better than bills. Okay, and around. Now we're cutting across the leg of the, we're following his leg around where he's sort of standing. I'm going to cut that boot out. And we've extended the boot a little bit into the frame of the chair. Then when you get to this bit, where his pants are, you're going to follow his pants around and you're going to cut the side of the chair off. You're going to follow it up. Okay. I'm going to grab scissors. It has slowed me down with my cutting, but that's okay, my hand. But that's all right. We can manage still. So we're going to come up the fishing line. Okay, we're going to come around this little fish. And then up the fishing line. Now we're going to have some white, but we're going to fix that up. Can I get that out? Not quite. Hope you can see what I'm doing. Okay, just about there. Oh. Okay, so you can sort of see how we sort of made that into like a little backpack on his back, and he's standing there. But we're just going to grab the brown, the light one maybe to start off with, and we're just going to go up the fishing pole and up around here just to cut out any of the white there. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, so let me show you this little person. Now he looks like he is standing ready to fish over the edge of the boat. Okay, we'll put him there for a minute. Now we're going to cut out our boat. Then we're going to go back to doing all our, finish our blending. Oh, whoa, 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 up you come. This is a heavy machine when I should have had my little one out today. But I've been using my big one all morning, so I figured it's sitting here, I might as well use it. Out with the plate number 1, plate number 2, plate number 3, cardstock with the image up. And then we need to grab our die. And I have put my dies away because if I don't, I end up losing them all. So I grab my die, put my die around the boat. You can use a little bit of washi tape, a little post-it note, if you really want to just hold it into place a little bit, just while you put it through. And then we're going to come in with plate number 3 again. Over the top, and then just move that out of the way and run it through. You'll see it pop out the other end in a minute. Here it comes. Our boat's done. Okay, so just pop that out. And as you can see, I don't use much tape, just a little bit. Now you can leave the white on it if you want to. If you don't like the white, you can come in and do a little bit of blue around the edge. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of sponging around the edge. I'll show you how to do that. Okay, dye back in there. So grab our blue and we're just going to come in and sponge lightly around the edge just to take that gleam white, you know, that shiny white off it. We don't want that shiny white. Okay, grab my blues out again. So we've got Misty Moonlight. We're going to bring in some Daffodil Delight. We're going to use the reverse side, or that image, the negative image. Better not lose me little man now, I've cut him out. Our negative image just around the glow of here with our yellow. Just put them there. Better not put my yellow brush in them, hey? That wouldn't be too good. Okay, yellow. Daffodil Delight. So using your negative, you can make your moon shape here. If you've got blue on that side, you might want to flip him over and use this side for your lighter colour, for your yellow. Okay, you might want to bring a little bit of yellow in the tinge of the trees there and around there. So you get that little bit of glow around. If it's too much, you can always come back and go over it a bit with the blue. So we also want to come down on this angle from the moon and add a little bit of yellow down in through the water here. Okay, so that's giving us our little reflection through here, which is really nice. Now, if you wanted to do a mirror image, you can do a mirror image on that, but we're not actually teaching that today, but you can do a mirror image on that as well if you want to. For those who know how to do that sort of thing, you can do that sort of thing. Okay, so you can come in with more of these. So this one I'm going to come in with, this is a different cut. I'm going to come in with the Night of Navy, and I'm just going to do it on here first, and then I'm going to come down around here because I just want to bring that into doing it a little bit. If you don't want them exactly the same lining up, just move it across a little bit, okay? So you get your images a little bit different coming in here. And you can sort of do as much or as little as you want through the water. You're going to put your boat on there in a minute, so just lightly, making it a little bit rougher. Okay, and then just really lightly towards the end there. Okay, so our man, he is going to stand like 1 foot on the seat and 1 foot on the edge of the boat. So he looks like he's squatting there doing some fishing. So he's going to have this one on the boat seat and then this one on the edge of the boat there. So he looks like he's standing there fishing. Hi, Robin. Good to see you on. Must catch up and have a chat soon, darling. So sorry about our loss yesterday too. Brian was a lovely person. Yeah, not much fun when you lose loved ones, is it? Okay, so this foot is going down on the chair on the seat, and this one's coming up on the edge. So you can do him on the front or the back seat, whichever way you want to. And you can put this however you want. But when you're putting this on, I'm just going to put the boat on first, because you want to make sure that he looks like he's standing up, not bending over, like going to fall out of the boat. We don't want him falling out of the boat, do we? He's going to bring home that fish on the rod for our tea. I hope. Who loves fresh fish? I love it when Louisa's partner, Steve, goes fishing and they bring around fresh fish. Oh my God. Can't get anything better. Okay. So we're going to put our boat on. We're going to put it on a little bit straighter. So it's going to go on like this. Okay, so we've got this like this. Now we're going to work out how this is going to go, whether he's going to go this way, or he could be standing on both seats, standing up there. That's okay, he can stand there. So he's good. Now you can put a little dimension just behind his body here to hold him up a little bit. Once you get your feet into place, you can use a little dimension just to hold him down a little bit. Okay, now you can sort of see that he's standing there doing his fishing, doing his bit. Okay, so as for the sky now, that's entirely up to you if you want to add more to it by coming in, bringing this across. Okay, and that's my yellow. I don't want to use that. I'm going to put my yellow away because I don't want to use that brush. Okay, Night of Navy, Night of Navy. So if you want to come in with a little bit darker right across the top, you can. If you want it lighter, you can too. So we're going to come in and we're just going to bring it up into this section here and give it a really good colour in there. And you can sort of see that now the moon looks like he's behind a little bit of the sky as well. And you can see that reflection. Can you see now how you can make a beautiful front of a card just because a little bit of sponging, a little bit of ink and a little bit of stamps, a little bit of paper, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Okay, now we're going to grab our banner sayings. I'm going to put the lid on the Misty Moonlight and pop that over here. Okay, Teresa. Now I like to keep all my scraps like this in a bag so that I can grab them out whenever I want to. I've got some oils in there too. I can grab them out whenever I want to do my blending with, and I don't have to rip up. I can use them for quite some time. The blending things, I've got all different ones, corner ones, all different ones. So I'll be using them throughout the videos as well. Okay, for anyone that's new that came on, if you had raffle ticket number 55 in your kit, you are our mystery winner. So that's exciting. So put your name in the, say, I won. I did it. Okay, how do you clean this really quick? I've got a little spray bottle here that's got some water in it. And then I have just some tissues here that I can just come down and wipe my glass mat. Okay, because we don't want to put the next card into that sponging. Who loves the glass mat? If you love the glass mat, in April, May, we have got a special coming out for Mother's Day. So if you ordered the kit for April and May, you will get 2 tickets during April and May, and one will be for the glass mat and one will be for the raffle, like the mystery gift, as normal. Okay, so you did it. See, I thought that was a good one because we finally did it. Now you have another little banner in here somewhere. I'm sure we have a banner here somewhere. And if we haven't, I'll grab it out of that bag earlier. Don't know where I put that little bag. Here it is. Okay, so we've got the little straight one that's got the little peak on it. This card has taken a little bit longer because it is a technique, okay? And techniques take a little bit longer to do. I don't want to speed up the process because that's just going to be too hard for you if I do that. I want you to see what I'm doing, and so that you can stop and start the video and go in and watch. Okay, so now we're going to put, you did it here. And then you're going to get a sponge dauber, and I've got all my sponge daubers here. Grab a blue one or a dark one. Here's my blue one. I love that you can put your fingers in these. So much easier. Okay, that one. These can go back in here. I just keep a couple on my desk because you never know when you want one. Okay, and then we're just going to just very easily go around with it around the outer edge. Just to give it that look like it's matted, but it's not actually, and it gives it a soft effect. Blends it in, doesn't just plonk it there on top, but it blends it in with the sky. Okay. We're going to put our white card in the center. Now, anyone that got the kits, you've got all the measurements there. Okay, so it's not a problem. If you want everything, it's worth paying the $45 to get it all. You'll get printed instructions, and I got a beautiful message from Sharon today saying she was so excited about her kit. It was so lovely. Yeah, very lovely. I'm going to ask, can I share it, because it's just such a beautiful message. Okay, so this goes down on here. There's Sticky's feet down again. Make sure I hold them for a few minutes. A couple of dimensions on our word. I'm just using the baby, 3 little baby ones. Now you can order the dimensions online. Sometimes you get them as your door gift or as a gift through the kit. Okay, so there's our second card. How gorgeous is that? Excuse me. Okay, guys. Tell me in the comments, what do you think? Does it look like a beautiful little picture that you've just painted, but you haven't really? It's just gorgeous. Okay, we have got 10 minutes, so we'll come back at 22 to do card number 3. I'll see you all then. I hope you enjoyed the technique class. Bye for now.